listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. Now, the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's WWE TLC After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE TLC After Show. No sleep till!
It's No Sleep Till Brooklyn, like New York, New York. This intro's so nice, we're doing it twice. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV, brought to you by Bing, where Bing is for doing, and we're here doing another live after-show recap for WWE TLC pay-per-view. This is our first pay-per-view after-show here at AfterBuzz. We're starting a precedent.
Very exciting. People have been asking us to do this for a while now, so hopefully they're happy.
Well, my name is Ryan GQ Money Katz, and I'm joined by a tag team of broadcast brilliance, Raven, Truth is Scary, Travis Berry, Ryan the Colonel Clum, and tonight, Brooklyn is most definitely in the house, because seated next to me is the Beast, former WWE Superstar Shad Gaspard.
What's up?
Yeah. Yo, yo, yo. It's time, man. This was a night, man. I'm excited. The sweat is dripping because this was an active night. And I thought it was a great pay-per-view, man.
You've been looking forward to this all week. You've been talking about it.
The Shield. You got an emergence of a new crew. You had great matches. The tag team match. On paper, this pay-per-view is stacked. And this is one of those rare occurrences where I think it actually it lived up to the hype. It lived up to the quality.
It was stacked like some of the tables tonight.
Oh,
lots of stacked tables, lots of chairs, a huge set at the Barclays Center, making their debut in Brooklyn, New York. Massive,
beautiful
colossal.
Facility.
Oh yeah, tremendous. You noticed popping the logos throughout promos.
Yeah.
Brooklyn was getting its props and
Too
its
bad
due.
the Nets play there, but, you know, I'm not a basketball. Hey,
haters gotta hate.
I'm surprised they didn't line up a Jay-Z performance. Though,
I know,
to
you
start
would have
off
thought
the
Jay-Z
pay-per-view.
would be out there.
But instead, we started off with the somber moment. Lillian Garcia went into the ring, welcomed us, and we got a 26-bell salute. Probably the longest salute I've ever seen, but a classy, respectful move on their part to honor the fallen, you know, in the tragic shooting.
Yeah, town I used to live in, Newtown, Connecticut.
Oh, you lived
actually.
there?
I lived there for, my parents lived there for a couple of years, yeah.
Wow.
So,
So I think it's about an hour and a half away from Stanford. So
Something they were
actually
connected
much
to.
closer than I mean, it takes an hour to drive through Connecticut, so
Yeah.
I mean, nothing's within an hour. But yeah, it's very close to Stanford.
Well, they ran the intro package, and we started it off with an incredible match right from the get-go. Tag team table match, Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara taking on the Rhodes Scholars for the #1 contendership.
let's get to the Divas Battle Royal first.
Oh, we did have a pre-show.
We had a
That was the
pre-show. I
YouTube
forgot.
match.
Santa's little helper.
Come on,
I
I know there's a lot of people in the chat room, a lot of people that follow us. Love to hear about the Divas.
Be
Absolutely.
mad if we skip over this.
How many girls were out? Was it eight Divas? 10?
Yeah, you know, I only saw about half of it. We got here a little late.
Yeah, we missed a little bit
So
of
I saw the last half of it.
Dressed as Santa's helpers.
All of them in cute outfits as Santa's
Except
little
the
helpers.
one. Natalia was not.
She was in a pink Santa, modified.
It's
Yeah.
Canadian, you know.
And she's
Yeah.
the pink
Well,
and black attack.
Canadians don't celebrate Christmas?
I didn't say that.
You said she's Canadian, so what does that have to do with it?
Not Jewish Canadians don't celebrate Christmas. So.
Some Jewish Canadians do, okay?
So
I like
Drake's not celebrating Christmas.
Who's not?
Drake.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, look at you,
Black Jewish Canadian.
Yeah.
name dropping everyone. Jay-Z, Drake. I mean, come on. What is it? Music show, was it MTV or something?
Hey, Jesus is a Jew, so hey, he celebrates his own birthday. All right, so come on.
Man, as the sweat's dripping and we get talking about that, I mean, it was heating up from the ladies, and we had a special entrant into this match, or at least a last-minute addition. Naomi added into this battle royal, our first real chance to see her as an in-ring competitor.
Cameron was in there also.
She was in there.
Yeah.
The Funkadactyls.
But
Yeah.
Naomi made an impact tonight, man. She showed some athleticism.
I think if a lot of people saw the NXT episode that she was on, they knew she was compared to. A lot of people called her the female version of Shelton Benjamin because that's how athletic she is. But for the people who didn't see that episode or that season of NXT, they see her now, and after tonight, I think a lot of people are going to believe she can do more than dance the ring.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
I was impressed. I mean, she hit the most incredible leapfrog with the full splits, legs completely parallel to the ground.
Yeah.
And then she came back. So she wins the Battle
Yeah,
Royal.
she looked good, and it was only a tease for what was really to come.
Yeah,
with
and
her later
she got
on.
her chance to come back in a match later, and she shined, man. She may not have gotten the win,
You know
but
what?
she
the,
shined.
the one misconception I really hope wrestling fans don't have about her is that she's a dancer and a gymnast, and all she does is flip and jump, and she can touch. No, Naomi, hands down, is one of the best female wrestlers that they've had in that company, next to Beth Phoenix and Mickie James, honestly, in the last, 10 years.
Wow.
You know? And seriously, she's an amazing talent, and a lot of people, especially a lot of the boys who are hardcore wrestlers, felt she was being underutilized because she was putting in position to dance, but she never complained about it. She never talked bad about it. She, did her job. And
Raven brought up the
everyone.
dancing last week.
Yeah.
He said that there is a push and
Wait,
an
wait.
encouragement.
I
to
didn't
be a
say
dancer.
I didn't say there was a push or encouragement. I just said, have you noticed
He just said, have you
that
noticed?
a certain,
He made an observation.
ethnicity always seems to be dancing in the world of pro wrestling. I didn't just narrow the WWE down. I said the world of pro wrestling.
You know what?
Today, Kevin Kleinrock out there, name drop, brought up to me that Kenny King, when he won his match on TNA, not to get off topic, did a little dance up the ring. I'm just saying. Noticeable.
I know. You know what it is, though.
Slick dance.
I would always say like this.
Ernest Miller danced.
When you can't
Lamont
dance,
danced.
it looks good. I mean, because Rikishi
Sapphire danced.
Rikishi dance. Some guys dance. Daniel Bryan tries to dance, but I mean, honestly,
Norman Smiley danced, right?
Norman Smiley
Norman Smiley
danced.
danced.
The one person who didn't dance.
It's
and that's
JTG, his
no,
partner. You
JTG danced.
You told me.
No.
he didn't.
I said Jay danced. I said his partner didn't dance, and that's why his partner is sitting right here today, and why JTG is getting a paycheck from the WWE.
Bad News Brown never danced.
honest to God, JTG danced, and the reason he's not sitting there today is because hey.
Because he danced.
I'm a bad motherfucker. I'm not a dancer. I'm a bad motherfucker.
We'll talk more about Naomi.
Why don't you yell at him for swearing? Huh?
Because look at the size of him. I got nothing I can do.
Because my arm
His
goes
eyes
like
is
that.
bigger than my,
His head
it's
goes
bigger than my
away.
head, man.
Coffee.
And the sweat keeps dripping again, man.
We're gonna let Shad say whatever he wants to say and drink his water.
We'll be talking more about Naomi because she actually gets a chance to wrestle Eve for the Diva Championship later in the show. A tremendous match. Definitely talk about it. But the first of the actual pay-per-view match was that tag team match, Rey and Sin Cara versus Rhodes Scholars. You're a huge Rhodes Scholars fan. What do you think of them coming into this match?
I thought I love the Rhodes Scholars. The thing I think is interesting about the Rhodes Scholars, they felt like a team that was thrown together, but they've made the most of it. Like, these guys came together, and they've tried to become a real tag team, which I really like. I thought it was a great match to open up the show.
Yeah. High flying, death-defying, awe-inspiring.
With an amazing end.
I mean, I like Michael
amazing
Cole's little
finish.
name he gave to Rey Mysterio today, the Aerial Architect. I thought it was kind of clever. I haven't heard him use that before.
I see a T-shirt coming.
I think it could be a seller. We saw some great skills out of Sin Cara today, though, on an offensive side and then defensive, as it was him taking the final plunge through the table to end the match. He goes up for a springboard, only to get pushed right off the top rope, take a Nestea-like plunge, almost missing the tables
Almost
completely.
missing him, yeah. I mean, that could have ended really badly.
It could have.
Yeah, but it was.
But instead, it ended with excitement.
Spectacular. It was a spectacular way to end that match.
I
and
did
a great
notice
way to start off the show.
It's going to be interesting to see on Raw tomorrow. I'm wondering if we're going to see Sin Cara with some sort of injury, because earlier in that match, it looked like he tweaked his knee or something. You saw a moment where he started limping and was shaking something off.
And if you noticed at the end of the match when they had Mysterio down there, he was starting to pull the boot off. He was starting to unlace, and then they cut away. So that looked like it was legit.
I mean, honestly, I think this match is a good match to have, especially in the company, because before you'd have one tag match on a pay-per-view. That'd be the main tag team match. But having a separate match that has nothing to do with the titles, and it's about two teams fighting to one day get the titles, is so much better, because while those teams are fighting, build themselves up, fans are noticing them, and the championships have nothing to do with them. So you still have the champions who are here at the top of the mountain, and you have everybody else still climbing, but they're still fighting. And then once somebody falls, somebody else comes in, they have another opponent. Yeah. It's so much better like that.
When I grew up in the late 80s and early 90s, it was all like that.
Exactly.
You had the titles going on, then you had 2 or 3 even other tag team feuds going on.
Yeah.
At the time for the titles. I mean, it would take a long time to build and get those championships.
And that's so much better for the division, and it's so much better for the fans.
I agree.
Yeah, a lot more opportunity for mid-card, lower-card storylines.
Yeah. Especially with so much TV now.
Gives people that aren't main event guys a chance to still spotlight and be shown to the best of their abilities and make them larger than life, build them up for the future. Definitely effective. Raven, man, you got 2 cartwheels tonight.
I got 2.
Not 1, but 2.
You have to.
You love them.
The assisted cartwheel.
I can't wait till THQ puts that in the video game. Speaking of THQ, thank you for the WWE 13 jacket.
Shilling.
Look at you.
Yeah, you know.
But it's okay because he's shilling, because not only is he shilling them, he's shilling them so much that he's got an extra copy of WWE 13.
That was my lead-in. You think I was shilling? I was about to say that.
No, I know it. I knew where you were going. You were segueing
You don't go to a comedy show until the comedian, hey, his jokes suck. People may go to your comedy show and say that. No, but yes, we do have a WWE 13 video game on the Xbox game console. I guess you're gonna come up with the contest.
I'm thinking the best way is if you're listening to us and you're gonna be going to a WWE event, I say make an AfterBuzz sign. You shoot a picture of yourself with that sign. It shows up on the air. You get it over to us. We'll send you that game. Anyone else, if you're not the first person, we'll still send you a prize if you get that AfterBuzz sign on the air. I think that's the way to go right now.
Yeah, I guess send a picture and let us know when and where and the time it's on so we can go find it.
Absolutely. Match ended, tag team match down, and we got to see a new Shield promo, one of their self-produced style promos. We got to do a parody promo ourselves of their initial one. We'll be airing it tomorrow on AfterBuzz Show. It's available on YouTube right now. It's in the Raw playlist on AfterBuzz's site. But they cut another promo, just setting up the match. I don't think anything monumental was said. Just continuing on their vibe. And then we went into one of the matches I was looking forward to, Antonio Cesaro versus The Truth for the United States Championship. Cesaro, man, coming into the ring with broken fingers and torn tendons.
He's impressive.
Yeah.
That guy's just an animal. He's awesome. That's all. That's all I have to say about that guy. He's so good. Every time I see him, I'm even more impressed with him. Just he does all the small little things. He's so good.
I mean, he's been on the Indies now for, like, before then, 10
something like that.
Yeah, like 8 or 10 years, and he literally has worked his way to his position the hard way, and I like it's a kind of like a dicey thing, because I respect guys who get signed to the company,
right?
You know, who are recruited. Like I was recruited, you know, because of my background, and then there are guys who go through the Indies and work their way up to Daniel Bryan, CM Punks, you know, a lot of those guys like that, Cesaro. But he's one of those guys who worked his butt off, you know, ROH, everything he did, you know, always looked amazing, and has brought it to the WWE, and really hasn't had to change his style so drastically to where he's unrecognizable. No, he just brought the style from the Indies to the WWE and said, hey, this will sell and it will work, and it's working for him.
He's also pushed past adversity in that he was originally, I think, close to getting signed, and then his deal fell through at one point, and then he got signed after. I think that, I don't know if it was medical or some other type of thing, but there was an issue.
Was it something with the hero thing? Were they being brought in together?
Way before that, because in fact, when Wrestling Society X was on MTV, like Cesaro stayed at my place the weekend we wrapped that. Him and Evan Bourne were going to do a show together, and it was then that they were just already in the process of doing their paperwork, and then it all fell through. I know what that's like from experience too.
Yeah. He was only in development for a blink of an eye too.
Less than a year.
It was. I think we looked up 7 months. I think it was. He was in there, so he was in Florida and right up to the roster.
I mean, like a lot of guys. That's happened to a lot of guys. Like Carlito was in development for a blink of an eye.
Oh, really?
I mean, in developmental, Carlito lost every single match. You know what I'm saying? And then he was brought up. And when he was brought up, won the U.S. title. And then when he came back, you know, Cornette couldn't do anything with him because he kind of, you know, buried him before.
Right.
Yeah, his name is constantly on our fans' list for our hashtag WWE High Five list right now. He is definitely one that I think a majority of the fans see that this is a guy to build the company on.
Absolutely.
He's one of those golden, the golden childs right now.
I think they're going to go pretty far with him next year.
Yeah,
I would think so.
Do you think he needs anything else to take him to the next level and make him more main event, or just let him be how he is?
You know, they tried it with the manager. They got rid of that really quickly. Just let him be.
He hasn't stumbled yet, so why mess anything up? Why change anything?
He wins the match, retains the championship, and then gets on the mic and tells the crowd that unlike America, he is a true international superpower, and he proved it tonight with another championship win.
Beat another American, which he said no American will take that title from him. So far, it's the truth.
We went to the backstage.
No pun intended.
No, but you know what it is? It's kind of funny because Americans get so mad, but it's like, I'm the foreigner.
Yeah.
Here's my crazy passport.
It's classic.
I was born in another country. You know, it's like you really don't have to do much to piss
rile the crowd.
Yeah, to piss Americans off. It's like you know, in any other country, you're like, hey, I'm American. They're like, so. I don't like you guys.
Way. I miss which they haven't done in a while. When you had the Rougeaus who came in, they were like, we love America, and they were the heels that would say how much they loved it, but they would make fun of it by saying they loved it. You haven't seen anyone do that in a while. That might be a good thing to go back to.
Potentially.
Yeah.
To the backstage
But not with
area.
the Rougeaus, though.
Not with the Rougeaus.
Dolph Ziggler cutting a promo and back, talking about the fact that he's in this Money in the Bank ladder match is essentially legalized thievery.
It is.
As that briefcase belongs to him.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous. The second time he's got to defend that after you win it. It doesn't make any sense to me that you have to keep putting that on the line.
I think he should call David Otunga, get him in his corner.
Exactly. So he should have already cashed it in. It's like the longer you hold on to it, that's a punishment. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Oh, you know what? I just realized something. David Otunga wrestled tonight in a dark match.
He did.
Did he?
Yes, he did, and he lost to what's that guy's name? JTG.
Oh,
yeah. Brooklyn won.
No way.
Did they really? They had a dark match tonight?
He gets a little rub in his home.
I got a little text. It's like, oh, really?
Oh, nice.
Shocking.
Like, hey, I beat Otunga tonight. Where? In Brooklyn. Really?
we're at a pizza eating contest or something.
Weird.
There was a crowd.
Man, the next segment that came on this pay-per-view actually shocked me. It was something I wouldn't expect on a pay-per-view, but oh well. We get a little Miz TV on a pay-per-view.
Which we were all a little bit like, what?
Seems a little weird for a pay-per-view situation to go that, the interview segment.
Well, if they're trying to get the segment over.
Yeah, but it wasn't that bad. I actually enjoyed this. It was
there is a meeting
short
to it. There is a meeting to it. So.
3MB came to the ring, got to be part of the interview, jumping around the set, throwing the chairs around, acting like rock stars.
I was saying, I love that. It's like trashing the hotel room.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. They had like 1980, 1990.
Style.
Yeah,
little glam rock.
Yeah, like Bret Michaels.
I like it.
They like the old rock stars. Come on, man. It's like. Ain't no, I know rock bands right now. They don't act like that.
Let's not bash on the 3MB.
I'm not bashing on them. I'm not bashing on them.
I think everyone out there realizes there was a Rolling Stones concert Saturday night.
It was.
Talking about old rock stars.
That's
Produced
true.
by WWE.
Not that against the Stones. I like the Stones.
Bruce Springsteen, Lady Gaga in the house.
Hey, maybe
show.
the Rolling Stones can meet 3MB. pretty soon on Raw.
Oh yeah.
You know what thing is though? It's like I think there's I always say this to wrestling fans, and I always say this in the wrestling world. There is a 5 to 10 year time lapse because I know wrestling. You know wrestlers who still wear fanny packs, okay? On a daily basis, and you can't tell them that it's out of style. They're like, "What? You mean these Zuma pants are gone? Yeah. These Zumas aren't in stock. I don't know what you're talking about. These look amazing. I bought these 5 years ago. They're still looking nice. What? Where did you find Zuma pants? Macy's, Target.
Man, this was all to get this was all actually the whole angle was to set up a heel face turn.
I think it was more to get Del Rio over as a face.
Absolutely. So what happens is
anything
3MB
else.
goes after the Spanish announce team, starts harassing him, to which then Ricardo Rodriguez comes out and 3MB turns their attention to him.
Ricardo, by the way, away from catering for that point of time.
Had to step away.
Ricardo, a champion of catering.
No more brownies or cookies. No extra helping. Instead, he gets his face smothered by the 3MB. Del Rio comes running down the ringside area.
Police went crazy when Del Rio came running out.
Hits a huge clothesline, and all of a sudden, apparently, Del Rio's a face.
Yeah, it works like that.
You said you noticed something on Raw
the fans
last
bought
I
it
saw something
too.
on Raw last week, so, you know, it's a little hint that they, I don't know, purposely gave, but it looks like Del Rio and Ricardo, you know, after 2 years in the company, you know, it's something new.
Something to change it.
And that's the thing, like, he's kept his gimmick. You know, 2 years to keep a gimmick is a long time. And they really haven't changed it up, mainly the entrance. You know, it's like, you could figure after a year they could be like, all right, no more cars.
Yeah.
But they kept doing the car
They dropped
gimmick.
the gold, the sparkle pyro. I used to like the dripping
pyro.
sparkles.
You would think it costs more to rent the cars than drop the pyro.
I honestly, when you said 2 years is a long time to keep a gimmick, I had a funny thought in my head because there's one guy that has kept his gimmick for a long time.
The Undertaker?
No.
Well,
no. Taker has layers. He's an onion.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
He's changed his gimmick up a lot of times.
That's true.
But there's some guys who just keep doing the same things over and over and over.
Well, you didn't marry the boss's
no matter
daughter,
what.
so.
Who are you gonna say?
No. Hunter has layers too. Hunter he was a pretty boy.
I didn't say anything
Then he
about
was
Hunter.
blue blood. Then he was.
I love the blue blood Hunter.
Then he was
that was my favorite.
Then he was a badass. He was a racist, which was awesome. I'm sorry, him versus Booker T was probably one of the best.
I don't remember that.
Remember
WrestleMania 19.
He told Booker T, you know what I'm saying? Your class of people just don't know how to wear titles. And,
my goodness,
and threw the towel at him and said,
He was winning with Evolution.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That
It was-
promo
it
was
was
backstage.
Wow.
Awesome. And him and Booker had one of the best matches at WrestleMania.
Wow.
Seriously. But those guys have layers. Some guys just stay doing the same thing over and over again repeatedly and won't change their gimmick no matter how many times fans and people say,
You can't
"Change
see me."
your gimmick.
You have to adapt. You have to change.
No, you don't.
have to evolve.
No, you
he
don't.
doesn't.
No, I'm not saying anybody's name. I'm just saying people don't. All right? Change. No, Obama.
In the end, Miz TV sets up a match. We got a
Yeah.
6-man that's going to happen.
Fans
Miz,
going wild for
Del Rio and a mystery partner.
fans
mystery
wanted
partner.
Zack Ryder.
Fans were going.
We want
looking for
Ryder.
Zack. We thought it was going to be Ricardo in a match, getting to wrestle.
Maybe a local was going to show up.
I didn't think it was going to be El Local, but I did think
I was
they were
hoping
gonna
for.
give-
I knew it wasn't going to be it. I was kind of hoping for a little El Local.
All right, we go to the back again. Lots of backstage segments on this pay-per-view. A little more than
Or
normal.
at least in this section of it. I think it slowed down a little bit later on, right?
Hell No was in the back. Daniel Bryan told Kane he just can't stand when people repeat themselves,
All
referring
of the time.
to Ryback's Feed Me More, just playing off the humor of
Yep.
his yes, 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 no, no, no.
And then they got into him doing some yeses.
Yep, and Kane said that they were going to burn the Shield down.
Yes.
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 Exciting.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes. Wade Barrett was supremely confident as he came out once again on the mic. A lot of mic work in this show.
Yeah, he's confident. He's already beaten Kofi Kingston a bunch of
I
times.
think it's good to
so-
do mic work in New York.
He said
Yeah.
that
You know,
if Kofi is the Wildcat, if the Wildcat is being unleashed, that he's going to be neutered by the Great Barrett Barrage. Neutered.
Spade and New Year pets. Bob Barker would appreciate
Help
that.
control that pet population.
I honestly thought this was like the second best match of the night.
There was a lot of good matches. This was sick. Kofi had
Yeah.
hit a sick spot where
Yeah.
he was on the outside of the ring, dove over the first rope, dive roll into the ring, came right back with a suicide dive outside the ring.
And then the replay showed half of it.
Didn't show the dive in
No,
the ring, which was the
the
more
best part,
impressive
yeah.
thing that you don't normally see, showing incredible amounts of
Well, I
athleticism.
think to some people the impressive part was the dive. You know, You
No,
have to-
of course, and he made the impact. And
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just saying to
It
people.
was the
who-
whole thing.
But the
as a-
truth
Who
is
directed
we
the show.
see suicide dives throughout the whole entire card. Del Rio hit one, Daniel Bryan hit
Yeah.
one. So it's a move we're used to seeing where you don't
Yeah.
really see someone dive into the ring
No,
unless it's Sin Cara with the trampoline.
Honestly,
he had a trampoline.
Used to when he first
Remember
came
he
out.
used to
He
trampoline?
did?
Yeah.
You jump over the top rope from the floor.
You
Yeah.
couldn't
know
see
that.
from the far camera side.
Oh.
It was there.
I never knew that.
No,
I thought he actually could jump from the ring. Are you guys ripping me? I'll go back and watch this on YouTube.
Barrett hit this incredible full Nelson slam.
Yeah.
Had it in a little rotation. I mean, I've seen full Nelson slams before, like Ted DiBiase used to do, and this one was different and it was really cool.
He also did the pump handle, which you thought was the.
Yeah, I was thinking it was Wasteland, and then I
Yeah.
forgot that Wasteland
Yeah.
was the.
But he has that version of the black hole slam that he
Yeah.
uses a lot. That he gets more rotation than that other guy in the other company on the other network.
Absolutely, or
gets.
more than Boss Man ever got in
Oh,
WWE
yeah,
too.
Boss Man did.
That was
Boss Man
the
used that.
originator
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
But he gets a full. I mean, that's on Kofi, man. Kofi just threw that momentum and gets that body swing. There were tons of false finishes in this match, and I thought they did a great job
Great
toying
job.
with the
Yeah,
emotion
it
of the
was actually a
crowd.
really.
I see a
really
rematch on TV coming soon.
Yeah, that's what you were saying, because
Yeah.
I was shocked. So Kofi retains, holds on to that Intercontinental Championship.
Honestly, by this moment, I don't want to see a rematch of this match. I don't want to see a rematch of Kofi versus Miz. I don't want to see a rematch of Kofi versus, Daniel Bryan. I don't want to see Kofi versus a whole bunch of the guys he's already gone against. The guy needs a title shot.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's time.
Mhm.
The guy literally, he is every ladder match he's in. He is every tag match he's in. Every match he's in, he makes the match. The guy needs a title shot, and honestly, he deserves it.
Is Kofi like the new Shelton?
You know what?
I think Kofi's better than
I
Shelton.
think Kofi's better than
I wouldn't say.
Did I just hear what I heard?
But
He
it's-
did, because
I wouldn't-
Kofi has more personality, and his
Yeah.
look is.
Yes, I'll give you that. I'll give you this. I'll give you this point. There are different types of entertainers, different type of wrestling athletes. Kofi is a little bit more entertaining, and he has a little more boisterous with the claps and everything
Yeah.
like that. Kofi is extremely unique. Shelton, hands down, is amazing. There's nothing you can say about Shelton Benjamin or give a great reason why he should be champion besides he can't cut 10,000 great promos. Physically, the guy deserves to be a champion.
Mhm.
Right now, physically, okay, and entertainment-wise, Kofi has earned it and deserves to be a heavyweight champion. There's no reason not to give it to him. He's earned his stripes. He's done everything. He's beaten everybody. He's wrestled everybody. He makes every match look good. That's a wrestler's job. Not to win, not to be all crazy. A wrestler's job is to make the guy across from him look good.
Absolutely.
If you can make the guy across from you look good, you're doing a great job. Kofi can do that.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
yeah.
a lot of times he hasn't gotten the pushes that you would expect is because of circumstances that he doesn't have control of an opponent or a tag team
No.
partner gets into
Yeah.
a situation that all of a sudden he's getting punished for something he had nothing to do with in essence.
And
Are
he
you
does
bringing up the Evan Bourne situation?
In some ways, I mean, they were getting pushed to the moon, tag team champs. Evan has a little slip up with the policy.
and then gets injured afterwards when
yeah.
he comes back.
And now Kofi, but it did allow Kofi to go get the Intercontinental. But I agree, you
Yeah.
need to elevate stars. To build stars, you have to build stars, and they've been building them for years. It is time for him to be put up in the-
like honest to God, if there was any guy on the roster that somebody could point to and say, okay, a Ryback deserves more than Kofi, I'd say you're crazy. You look I respect what Ryback's doing. I respect what Kofi's doing. Okay, but hands down, you put them next to each other. Kofi's here. Ryback is down here. Okay, he has a lot to learn and do before he's like championship material. And every fan who likes him and every fan watching, we all know that, and we hope he does good. But Kofi's here. He's a champion. There's no doubt in anybody's mind that he can't hold the title and look
Kofi's good as a champion from PR purposes too. He puts on the suit. He's a great speaker. He's charismatic,
Does the
likable.
interviews and all the DVDs.
Everyone likes him.
Yeah.
He's a friendly, happy, personable guy.
Jamaican. He's from Jamaica.
Doesn't get arrested.
He's from West Africa now.
Oh, he's
Where's
not
he announced
Jamaican.
from?
He's
Are
from
you ripping
Ghana.
us again?
He's from Guyana.
Oh, he's not.
He's from Ghana.
And he does some things that
He does
I've
a lot
never
of the PR
seen
stuff.
anyone
Yeah.
else can do. Like I've never seen anyone come off the top rope like him. It just looks different.
He gets
Yeah.
some hang
does
time. He's
it.
got a different hang time.
Well,
Yeah.
he has the Royal Rumble clip. When
Oh, yeah.
he did the
Oh, the
he
walking
walked
on-
on his hands.
Yep.
The handstand,
Yep.
yeah.
Nobody's ever did that.
Yeah, he's
He
Kofi's
has
pretty
he has
awesome.
tape. He Shelton. Kofi.
Shelton's had his ladder match moments.
Yeah, they
First ladder
make
match
matches,
or Money
but
in
it's
the Bank.
like it's like you can't. In this day and era, you can't shut these guys down who make the matches and just say, "Oh man, work a little harder, kid, and you might get a title." When you have guys coming up from developmental just getting titles,
Right.
that's stupid.
Yeah.
Come on.
Rumor has it Shelton may be coming back. He's kind of been online denying the contact.
Him
but
and MVP are the two
yeah,
rumors.
the sheets were kind of saying that WWE is looking to bring him back.
Call him up right now.
I'll
Actually, no, he worked at ROH tonight, so.
I'll drive by his house when I go home.
Oh, Shelton.
CM Punk was up in the skybox, setting up, just giving a promo about the fact that he can't wrestle.
Now, how much were those skybox tickets? Because we asked before when the Shield was up there, how much did they pay for whatever the arena they were in then? But
I mean,
tonight,
he's
the
the
Barclays
champ,
Center.
though.
New arena,
Yeah,
gotta be
those
super
could be,
expensive.
Jay-Z's always
Yeah,
there.
he
Your boy
bought
Jay-Z.
Joey Mercury's house for him. So,
Oh, yeah, that is
he's
true.
got the money. Hey, did you watch the?
You
CM
obviously
Punk
did not
DVD?
watch
You
the
did
CM
not
Punk.
watch the CM Punk
Because this is
DVD.
the second time he's mentioned something from the DVD
No, I haven't
that
watched
you.
it.
Yeah, they tell a story
Get off
just
the show.
real quickly where Joey Mercury was having some financial problems, and CM Punk, being his best friend, bought his house and wrote a 6-figure check.
CM Punk has more than one best friend?
It sounds like there's a
I
lot
thought Colt
of.
Cabana was his best friend.
You know what Joey Mercury says in it? Says, I don't know if he's my best friend, but if I'm his best friend, but he's my best friend. So it sounds like there's a lot of people who Punk is their best
that sounds
friend.
like what my roommate
but-
talks about with the girl he's been dating. She thinks she's his girlfriend. He's like, no, it's just a girl.
He loves me. No.
Oh, man, that's hysterical.
But anyways, yeah, that was a good promo. You said Ryback is he stupid, or was he stupid and lucky? Is that what he said?
The only thing I wrote down was that he said that Brooklyn was essentially the slums of Staten Island.
But what the promo was there.
Brooklyn is God's country, all right?
The promo was basically to go over the new T-shirt.
The knees to faces.
Yeah.
Available on WWEshop.com as we speak.
Playing off of the Rocks, boots to asses.
But he
Builds
said-
up to the Royal Rumble.
Absolutely.
And CM Punk, as of today, 389 days as champ?
I think they said 90.
392,
yeah.
wasn't
390.
it? I think it was 392.
All right.
And you said Ryback was stupid for beating him up and losing his title shot, but was lucky because he didn't get a beating for
If
it.
you put the most dangerous man, the greatest wrestler in the world in the ring with weapons, the damage that he can do. So became a benefit to Ryback. And we went right from that into this 6-man match. The Shield versus Team Hell No with Ryback. This one was filled with lots of things.
Surprisingly good.
Yeah,
Honestly.
it was a fun match.
Could have been a cluster.
I don't think it was
you know.
surprisingly good, figuring that, Dean Ambrose, if you've seen him before, you
Yeah.
know what he can do.
Surprisingly
Seth
good for fans
Rollins,
who don't know.
But when you have
Correct.
6 guys with no tags in and out, I mean that can.
But they
become
all
a
took turns.
It can become a mess.
they all
so-
took turns, though.
Absolutely.
You know,
It
the
was a great
the first
match.
part of the match, I think about the first 5 minutes was pretty chaotic. It was so chaotic it gave Ryan a headache with all the shaky camera angles.
Yeah, they were going for the active cameras
I
and
liked
the
it,
constant
though. I
fast
liked the
switches, and the
crazy-
But
cameramen
then
were always on.
It calmed
motion.
down for a second, and everyone had their spots, whether it be outside, inside, on the ramp. Someone from the chat room said Kane was buried alive during this match.
Yeah, that was funny.
by tables, chairs, commentator chairs.
And he was buried for a good the last 10
I mean,
minutes of the match,
Kane's
right?
a pretty strong guy. You'd think that he'd be able to just push those chairs right off of him.
The
But
timekeeper Mark Eaton was right there. He should have helped him up. I mean,
I
come on.
forgot. Okay, I
Mark
forgot.
ain't helping nobody.
he did go through the barricade, correct.
This is the match they went through the barricade. And the minute I saw that, I thought WWE 13, because that's a new feature, the OMGs, that you can do that in that section, go through the barricade right there. So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, did they do that for the video game? Because that's one of the OMG moments in
like
the video game.
the other angle we talked about in WWE 12, putting the Europeans together.
Yes, yeah.
And then you have Sheamus and Regal come
Uh-huh.
out during the European tour.
Yep.
Honestly, this match was, quite frankly, the showing of Dean Ambrose, because a lot of fans who don't know who he is I guarantee you they are respecting him like no other tonight, because like I said, the showmanship
He's
of a
amazing.
wrestler to make somebody else look good, he made everybody look better than what they really are. And it's amazing how he did that. I mean, his bumps were amazing.
Yep.
The guy offensively is good. I mean, I'm not taking nothing from Rollins, you know what I'm saying, and everybody else, but they looked like a well-oiled machine. Rollins looked really, really good. I mean, he's a great wrestler. And
Roman Reigns.
Roman, yeah, Roman. I keep getting because I know his
Yeah,
real name.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a great presence.
I call him by his real name. Sorry, he was using the worker names. But now Roman is he's a beast. He's the future. Roman, like those three guys. Those three guys are the future. They're the new fabulous Freebirds. They're the Freebirds of this generation, honestly.
What was the move that Ambrose took where he turned to sell to the hard cam we were talking about?
He just took a
double ladder.
Yeah,
double ladder.
Oh, the
Yeah,
ladder.
the
ladder.
suplex.
Perfectly. Oh my God,
Yes,
he
that's
sold
what
that.
I was talking about last week. The hard cam knowledge. Perfect
He
execution.
hit the bump.
Yeah.
He's got a
Yeah.
huge expression, and immediately head turns 90 degrees, so it's just focused on the hard cam.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a huge fan of Ambrose. Watched some clips before they brought him in. I was shocked. I mentioned when watching when I saw him face to face with Ryback that he was actually taller than Ryback. I know how good Ambrose is, but I actually thought he was a smaller guy, and then it was that he was able to transcend his size to be such a great wrestler. I didn't realize he's got that size. That he's definitely
Is
a
he
future
6'2",
champion.
or how tall is
He's
he?
got to be 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. He thought he was a smaller guy.
I thought he was under 6. I thought he was like 5'11".
Or did you think Ryback was the bigger guy?
No, I really thought Ambrose was more on the shorter side.
I think most people probably think Ryback's a bigger guy.
Yeah, I think everyone's
I
expecting
think
Ryback
people
about
think
6'5".
Ryback's like my height, my build.
Dean Ambrose is 6'4".
Yeah,
But
he's
at
6'4".
6'4", I mean,
wow.
there's hands down no doubt that he will be a future
Yeah.
world champion.
Yeah.
And just so I can get a name drop in, my little sister Trina Michaels was Dean Ambrose's last manager before he signed his
at
WWE
Dragon Gate?
in Dragon Gate.
Very cool.
His
wow.
final match, she was his manager.
Yeah,
Very cool.
I've seen him on Indies for a long time, and he's awesome to me.
I agree.
I mean, I didn't start out as an indie wrestler, and I had to learn to respect indie wrestling. You know what I'm saying? And I had to watch like a lot of stuff, and thank God for YouTube, because I watched a lot of guys, and when they came up, I'd meet them, and I had a great brother in Loki who would give me the buzz and be like, "Oh, you gotta watch this guy. You gotta watch this guy." And I'm like, "Oh my God, what's he doing?" You know? So yeah, you got you gotta watch this guy.
The one quote I heard, someone told me is, "If you can't chop, don't chop."
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, big huge bump to close out the match. Rollins goes climbing up one of the super tall ladders.
Crazy.
Ryback
bump.
follows on top, only to throw him off. I mean, he went flying through the tables.
And-
took a
and took
brutal
a-
bump.
Took a bad bump on him. I mean, it hit his head. It almost looked like on one of the
Could have been a
tables on the
concussion
edge.
causing hit.
Yeah.
Definitely caught the edge right into the back of the skull. He was out for the rest of the
It was
match.
scary.
Kane was out, still buried. Ryback was essentially out dealing with that, and Ambrose was able to pull off the win.
And it was a little weird to me. It's like, why'd the two guys leave Rollins standing on the, like, the
other guys in the ring, they had to get back to the to
don't they
Daniel
watch
Bryan.
enough movies? Every time you leave, like, the henchman is about to kill the good guy, and you're like, I'm gonna take off. You do the bidding. They always get away. You never leave. You always wait until the thing's done.
Should have been saying like, hey, real quick. Why don't one of you guys powerbomb him on the floor
Yeah.
and then
Then we'll
leave
go
and then
back.
go back? Like,
But
all right.
it actually worked because Ryback didn't get to the ring in time.
Right.
Yeah.
To
Means that Ryback's
Yep.
still strong. He didn't
Yep.
lose. There wasn't any situation where he was made to look weak.
Very true.
Shield still gets the win, able to go strong.
I just got a text message from someone at the Barclays Center. Kane is still under all the as we speak.
That's awesome.
I don't know if he'll be on Raw tomorrow.
Since this is our first
You know what?
pay-per-view after show,
You gotta
if
give
you're
Kane credit
enjoying
though.
it,
You gotta give Kane credit because Kane is on the wrong side of 40 and literally
He's
went
amazing.
to the tables and jumped off of a
Oh, yeah, the platform.
This is a 6'8", 6'9", okay, minimum 300 pounds because he ain't losing that much weight. Jumping off of a table on the road. Come on, I've never seen Taker do that. So come on, Kane got you gotta give Kane credit.
Yeah, we talked
Kane's
about
amazing.
the superplex off the table. Was
we didn't
awesome.
talk about
Yeah.
that.
Was
The
incredible.
double superplex. They built a platform on the top rope. Awesome.
Kane hung with the young guys. Come on.
Kane always does, and he always
Yeah.
steps it up in big match
Yeah,
situations.
I think
Come
he's
on.
like one of the most underrated big men of all time.
But I don't know
mean,
how
I-
underrated he is, though,
Well, I
because
mean,
I think most people think he's pretty dope.
But I
Yeah.
think he's better than people realize he is. You
Yes.
know, I
Yeah.
mean, I've always thought he was good. Now I realize how good he is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's better than I think people even give him credit for, and people give him credit for being good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're enjoying this after show, please head on over to iTunes where you can rate, comment, and subscribe. Look us up at AfterBuzz TV. Go to iTunes. You could also check out the YouTube page. We got the clips in the archives going there. But definitely go rate, subscribe. comment. We like the comments. We like to
We love
interact
to
with
comment,
our audience.
and we'll comment back.
What I mean, we're like 4 for 4, whatever number match we're on, because these matches were all exciting. So
Yeah.
to bring us down from the excitement of that match,
Which is what usually happens on these ones.
we went to a Slim Jim commercial.
We're going to the Slim Jim commercial first. Okay.
Where they were all in their little skydiving harnesses.
Do I smell next parody?
It could be, man. I mean, it was pretty entertaining.
That was a
Miz,
little
Caitlyn.
weird.
It was awkward. Kofi's all
awkward.
just floating in. Legs are dangling.
I don't know how we got in here.
I just thought it was funny. It was awkwardly funny. Man, I mean, we're chugging through, actually. Naomi versus Eve for the Divas Championship. And this was really Naomi's first chance to shine as a wrestler.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, she did. She was more than impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking her accolades earlier that she's probably the best woman that they got right now. She may have proven it with that match.
You know what's funny though? I could tell by watching the match, and I know how agents think. I know how the office thinks. They pulled her back a little bit because there's a lot more she can do. And you heard the crowd because it was a Divas match. They started, "This sucks," and then Naomi did. I think she did 2-3 moves.
She hit that once again. The leapfrog with the
leapfrog.
spread legs.
Yeah.
And then she hit that leg drop where she like kicked her leg
and then,
out.
and then you heard everybody was saying, "This sucked." They shut up. They shut up, and they were like, "Wait a minute, what the hell was that?" Because she got almost 10 feet in the air, and then they watched for a while, and then she did the transition on the ropes.
Yep, she did that flip over,
and they were
then
like,
flip
"What
back.
the hell was that?" And I guarantee you that they pulled it back just a little bit and said, "Don't give him everything just yet. Give him a taste." And I think that this pay-per-view was a taste for those hardcore fans who ordered it. Later on, maybe next week and every week after that, you get more and more Naomi of what she really can do. And I guarantee you, everybody's going to be really surprised.
You don't want to see Wade versus Kofi in a rematch. I actually don't want to see this rematch happen in the next couple of weeks because I think building Naomi versus Eve into a monster feud where Naomi ends up winning to become the Divas champion
Would be a lot much more.
It's going to be sick.
Yeah.
And when you look at the Divas division now, they're getting some good wrestlers in again. You got Tamina Snuka. You still got Natty in there. Eve's doing better. Naomi's kicking butt now. We're starting to see a definite increase in skill level.
And I'm telling you right now, watch out for Oksana. I've noticed in the last 6 months she was one of the worst I've seen in the ring, and I thought she out-wrestled Caitlyn on SmackDown this Friday.
Really?
So, yeah. I mean, I thought she was more impressive than Caitlyn. She's improved more than anybody else I've seen. I think you need to watch out for her.
I'd be happy to hear that.
And
watch out for her.
I mean, not to jump ahead, but as the show ended, there's a new heel on the female women's side.
Absolutely. Another person to feud with.
You know, her and Naomi in the ring a couple times.
That's going to be an interesting one to see, especially with Naomi's size to AJ's little. Even though what's going to happen, though, is Naomi's going to be more face.
Don't spoil it. We're not there yet.
No, but Naomi's going to end up being face.
Spoiler.
You just dropped the name.
I bet.
Spoiler alert.
You!
They already watched the pay-per-view.
What if they did it?
What if they did it?
Replay?
They already read that there's...
It's his fault.
What if they can't read? Okay? What if this is what... And there's a lot of the fans who can't. But what is it they depend on? They depend on this. They depend on this.
The illiterate?
What do you think? Naomi, her gimmick is dancing to the ring. Eve's a former cheerleader for the Clippers. Do we see a dance contest on Raw coming up soon? Hosted by Brodus Clay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Naomi's a former, is it Miami cheerleader? Or Orlando?
I'm not sure.
Oh, I don't
She's
know.
Orlando or Miami. She's a former cheerleader
We
too.
should watch. Brodus was sitting watching on screen with Cameron.
Yeah,
during the match as
backstage.
well, so
First TV.
rooting her on.
First pay-per-view appearance.
The other thing I'll say about Naomi, just one more thing I like about her, is she really brings a total package. She brings the athleticism and wrestling ability. She brings a hell of a personality to the ring. Tons of charisma. I don't know, man. I'm a new fan. I'm a new mega fan.
Can she talk? Is the question.
Yes.
Yes,
she
she
cut
can.
a promo.
Yes,
Okay.
she can talk. She
Yeah,
can
she
talk
can.
like she's a black woman.
I think
that's
she's a black woman. Okay. I'm not being racist. She's a black woman. Of course she can
Of
talk.
course she can.
She can yell too and hit.
Couple
But
matches.
that may be the thing, you know, being that she is a black woman, you know, maybe you can get like that that black male audience to start tuning in now.
That's get that with white women.
Okay, then maybe you can get the white doctors and the lawyers in LA to tune in now to see Naomi. You know, oh wow, Naomi's coming to LA for the house show in Staples Center in January. Let's go check her out.
Al Pacino will come.
You know, but you know, there's
a lot of Al
because
Pacino, De Niro, I think.
De Niro, Pacino, a lot of white guys are coming. They're like, there's a black girl wrestling. I'm coming to see this.
I mean, let's not lie. Let's get to the point.
No,
Naomi has a phenomenal physique.
She has phenomenal physique. She's an awesome worker, and honestly, I think she'll bring a lot of women to the to watch as well. You know, and race aside, black or white, as a female, when you watch another female who's that good and that humble, it makes you enjoy them a lot more. And she has that. She has all those abilities.
You said it. Big Show versus Sheamus for the World Heavyweight Championship. 31 chair shots Big Show received from Sheamus in the previous month.
Yeah.
We got a chair match.
I think this was my least favorite match of the show. Actually, this was like kind of the. I think what the Divas is usually kind of the come down time. To me, this was kind of the come down time.
But it was a great match. Still,
it was
as
good.
You say
it was
that.
good.
It was a good
There
match.
was some
But there was
unique
just
spots.
something not exciting about it to me.
Well, you know what it was is the crowd really wasn't behind this.
Yeah.
No. You can never do that. I hate that. I freaking hate that.
Because you think that then the wrestlers weren't doing something to
because
spark the crowd.
You don't go to the orchestra and then the conductor says the crowd wasn't behind us. That's why we sucked. No, if you don't prepare right, if you don't do your thing right, and you don't bring the crowd into the show, that's your fault. And honestly, I think that I like Sheamus. I'm gonna be clear to say that because I know the wrestling fans. If you say something about one of their heroes, and so you don't like him and you're bitter because you're not coming in much. Shut. All right, no. I like Sheamus a lot. I think Sheamus has all the ability, all the tools in the world. But when you're wrestling a guy like Big Show, he's a giant. Make the giant a giant. I'm strong as hell. Sheamus is strong as hell. Okay? When I pick up Big Show, when Goldberg picks a Big Show, when Brock picks a Big Show, we're all those strong guys who have that inner strength. When we pick up Big Show, we pick up Big Show. When Sheamus did it tonight, it was, I got you, Big Show.
Yeah.
And it didn't make the little kid in the front row, and it didn't make the guy in the top cheap seat say, man, that was a struggle, and I'm with you.
Just
Come
like
on.
a body slam.
Because the simplest thing, like Brock Brock used to pick up the steps, and he manhandled us like hard and muscled it up and got the steps up and ran with it. Him, Umaga, guys like that did it. And then you see somebody, then like Cena tonight Cena actually works it good. But there's some guys who just grab the steps, they just grab it, pick it up, boom. There's a sense of, I want to see my hero struggle to succeed with big obstacles.
Yeah.
If my hero isn't struggling against a giant obstacle like the Big Show, well, then I'm not into it.
Yeah.
You
She
know?
can relate to
We
it.
talked about Ambrose in the hard cam before. When Sheamus hit that body slam that got no pop, it was rushed, like you said. There was no focus to the camera. It really was a throwaway move that meant nothing.
Yeah.
And it's shocking because I looked at, Ravens brought up the idea that he thinks maybe if you saw Ryback versus Big Show, you're going to get a big moment of Ryback picking up Big Show, and then it'd sell this big moment. And I looked at him after that, and I was like, where's your big moment? Because that sure wasn't a big moment right there.
We all as kids have seen this a million times. The Hogan picking up Andre,
and not being able to get him.
So goddamn much.
The first time he dropped, the second time it meant everything.
Yeah,
that
first time he fell down and it took him out for almost the whole match.
Yeah.
But I still think that if Ryback and Show wrestle at WrestleMania, they still have that WrestleMania moment of Ryback picking up Big Show. It's all about production now. It's all about it happening at night. The lights are on. There's different color lights. He picks them up, and you get that wide shot of the stadium and all the flash bulbs going off.
That's
and
such a generic match, though. It's a generic. No, I'm sorry. No disrespect, but that's such a generic Ryback versus Big Show.
Okay, but
that's so generic.
Name one person on the roster.
Cena picked up Big Show and Edge a couple years ago.
WrestleMania. Name one person on the roster right now that they could put against Ryback at
Brock
WrestleMania.
Lesnar.
Yeah.
I would love to see Ryback versus Brock Lesnar. You know why?
Yeah.
Because somebody's gonna get their ass beat. That's what I know as a fan.
You don't know who's gonna win in a
exactly.
match like that.
As a fan, I see Ryback. Feed me more. I see Brock Lesnar. Okay.
What if
I bring the pain. I see two animals. I don't see wrestlers. I see two animals. I see a lion and a tiger, and I see them in cages, and somebody's gonna get hurt.
Okay, let's say all the journalists out there are correct from what they're saying right now. Let's just say that.
I have no idea what they're saying.
Let's say it's Brock. No, I'm going to explain it to you. That's why I brought it up. Let's say it's Brock and Triple H at WrestleMania.
I hope not.
I hope not. On
Let's say it is. Who do you put on the roster against Ryback then at WrestleMania?
Okay, if it's Brock and Triple H, that's a throwaway.
Okay, but who do you put against Ryback? That's my question.
I mean, I would go and say I would go Ryback and Undertaker, because you just don't know what they're going to do with the streak at that point.
I would. You know what? No, I wouldn't want to see Ryback.
Still picking up Taker, still that WrestleMania moment.
And no, stop. This is the thing. Stop trying to reach like picking up somebody is in a WrestleMania moment.
Yes, it is. When
Why? Picking up somebody isn't a WrestleMania moment, okay? There are tons of powerlifters, there's a ton of strongmen who pick up things every day, and they don't have those moments. The moment doesn't come from the pickup. The moment comes on the struggle to the pickup. It comes from everything I have to go through to get that pickup. It comes from everything I gotta get beaten down to get this guy the fuck up. And if you're not focusing on the struggle to the pickup doesn't mean anything at all. It's just a move.
As a talent, what you said is correct. But from the production aspect, you have 2 seconds to show something. I can't show all of this. I can show this.
It's the highlight clip.
And the highlight clip. That's what I mean. When you tune into Raw the next night and you watch that 45-second highlight clip of a 4-hour show
in slow-mo of
you know,
the pickup.
come on, you know what people in the production, you know what people in production are going to pick out. And you know what they want.
I'm gonna tell you guys like this, and because I love Kevin Dunn and he's a genius. I love Vince, they're geniuses, and I've watched them and I've talked to them about this, and they gave me a very good understanding. What you're talking about, those moments, those aren't decided the day of WrestleMania. Those moments are decided in February, and we work our asses off to get those moments. We do promos, we sacrifice bodies, we take people's gimmicks, okay? We lose time from our families. Working tour, I get knocked out in 1 second getting tagged into a match. Why? To put over Big Show's punch. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole reason. The match wasn't about winning or losing. It was about putting over that knockout punch, because the next guy after me, okay, he's going to work Big Show for the next 6 months, and they're going to make that punch the most important thing in the world.
That's what they did tonight.
You know that punch is double the force of a normal pro wrestler.
It's tougher than Roy Nelson, but hey.
I get the idea of fans and people wanting to have their WrestleMania moments in their heads. It's like, oh, the pickup. But you got to understand, that's not the moment. The moment of Kofi Kingston, okay, taking 2 ladders and walking to the ring and climbing up 2 ladders at the same time, that was a moment that the fans didn't decide on, that people didn't decide on. It was a moment that was built up because he literally talked about showing you guys something that you've never seen, and people waited for it, and they were like, okay, I've seen that flip. I've seen that rope dive. I've seen that. He has 2 ladders. Okay, he only needs one. Oh, he's using 2 ladders at the same time?
Okay, but that's
a moment.
That's understandable, and I'm not saying that, dirt sheets or whatever are going to release a moment, whoever Ryback may be wrestling. You build up to that moment. So let's just say it is Ryback and Show. Obviously, you have your angle from January, February, all the way up to WrestleMania, and the big angle is, can Ryback pick up Big Show?
It's not a big deal no more.
Okay, then who on the roster? Who would you put against Ryback? That's my main question.
If I had anybody on the roster, I would put Cesaro against Ryback. And honestly, the reason I would put Cesaro against Ryback is because it would be the lion versus the lion tamer, and Cesaro is a monster. Like, he's literally a technical monster. Mm-hmm. Ryback is a force. Okay. And when you put technique and force in the same ring together, you sometimes create real good greatness, because no matter how much force tries to go like this, technique can't prevail. Yeah. And it's an evil technique.
I can see that.
Well, while Sheamus's body slam didn't get a pop, what did get a pop was when he hoisted Big Show up on his shoulders and hit the white noise through the chairs for a false finish. Once again, there was great false finishes throughout the whole evening this pay-per-view.
There were some good false finishes in that match. That's when I kind of woke up during this match.
Yeah. Final moment of the match, Show's on the outside, goes under the ring, and pulls out a super chair.
This made me think of, like, the Naked Gun or Airplane or something stupid like that, where it's like, oh, well, I could get my chair. Let's get the giant chair out and
I mean,
go in.
it
I'm like,
was
oh, come on.
It is
was
ridiculous.
silly
It
to
is
me.
silly, but at the same time, entertaining and
hold on.
fun.
Now that was a WrestleMania moment, like when Booker T, like when
It
Booker
was
T.
like when Piper came from under the ring at 19. You know, like you're like, what is going on here?
No, that was like when Booker T took everybody out in the ladders match, goes into the ring, and pulls out that teeny tiny ladder. You know, it's like, what the. Man, you must be out. That was that moment where you're like, really?
Show has to do a promo with that chair.
I
Yeah.
think so. Comedy
Yeah.
spot. I thought it was pretty entertaining. Ryan, you didn't like it.
I mean, we'll see where it goes. I mean, it's not that I dislike it. It's just like, oh, come on,
Yeah,
really?
me
It
and
was a
Raven
break
are on
in
the
the
same
series.
page.
Yeah.
We want to see Show
You know
sitting
what?
in that chair cutting a promo.
I would have loved it when I was 14, I'm sure. So
Exactly.
it's,
You know what's probably gonna
there's
happen.
definitely people who love it.
We're gonna see a segment backstage where Hornswoggle's in the chair.
Oh, you definitely need to see Hornswoggle on the chair.
All right, backstage segment, Cena and AJ. AJ's all dressed in Cena's gears, got his T-shirt all cut up, looking all
looking
nice.
good in that
She was looking
John
good.
Cena T-shirt.
Patrice are looking good too tonight too. Yeah.
Wow.
Little quick promo
You guys go to
segment.
high school. And just I keep getting old. They keep saying the same thing.
Great movie.
3MB versus Del Rio, Miz, and I'll let you introduce the man you wanted.
Which I called for
You
a
did.
week ago or
You
two.
did.
The Brooklyn Brawler was in the house.
Yeah.
Have
I'm
to.
with Shad on this one. I'm
Wait,
shaking
You
my
gotta
head.
have the Brooklyn
You have
Brawler
to,
in
come
Brooklyn,
on.
man. You have to.
You know,
You
if
don't have to have the.
Steve
And if
Lombardi,
you have him,
the
I'd rather
greatest
see him.
jobber of all time.
I'd rather
the
see him
Bronx.
come out, take one shot, and drop and be out, man.
yeah,
Brawler.
I mean, come on. If JTG got to do the dark match, Brooklyn Brawler needs to be on the pay-per-view.
And not only is he on the paper, he actually picks up a win with a Brooklyn Crab.
Yeah, I like Shad's Brawler impression.
Not to be confused with the crabs in Brooklyn that you can get from all the rats there.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I know a few
No,
people
I'm
need to
sorry.
watch yourself.
Honestly, and you know what? I mean, like, all right, I like the Brooklyn Brawler for when he was the Brooklyn Brawler. You know what I'm saying? I understand him coming out, but you have guys like Zack Ryder.
Absolutely.
Who, honest to God,
The fans were calling for.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where I remember I did a spot with Sergeant Slaughter before I got on the road, and it was at Cyber Sunday, and so I come out. So Ken Kennedy comes out, and they say from Hollywood, Florida, like Hollywood, California. Ken Kennedy, and he goes out, and the crowd boos him, and they say from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or whatever. I come out, and they say, "Shad Gaspard." I come out, and I'm all big, 330 pounds, like banging my chest, and then here comes Sarge, and they say, "Who do you want to face, Muhammad Hassan?" They go, "Hollywood, boo, Shad, Sarge." And Sarge goes, "You better get out there, kid." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here." I feel like it was one of those moments where, there's some old fans who are like, "Yay, Brooklyn Brawler," but I want to see Zack Ryder because he's my generation
Right.
now, and I want this guy to, do something in the future.
Yeah, I don't think
which
today's
tomorrow-
generation of
yeah.
fans even knew who he was, understand the
Oh, I agree.
nostalgic
No,
moment.
they
I
didn't.
just wanted it for me, but I absolutely agree with
It was
everything.
yeah.
It
great,
should have
though.
been somebody else.
But
and
honestly,
most of the guys don't know who
I
he
think
is.
the whole match
Yeah.
was about Del Rio doing that dive.
That dive was fantastic
Yeah.
by Del Rio.
The whole match was. I mean,
This one was surprising.
It
Yeah.
started off
Yeah.
fast. It was a fun match.
We
I mean,
thought it was going to be a throwaway, bring you down before the
with
main
Del
event.
Rio kind of on the face side, do you think we'll see more moves like that from Del Rio?
I think
Yeah,
so. We're
'cause
going to see a
he
little
could do
more
He
excitement.
could do a lot of amazing things. And honestly, for the second six-man tag match, that's actually really good.
Yeah.
It had a good spot.
Actually,
good
yeah,
turn.
It
there's
was fun.
2 6-man tag
Yeah.
matches on the one pay-per-view.
and both
Brawler-
both entertaining.
Brawler
Yeah.
gets the tap out with like the worst Boston Crab of all time.
I mean, at least put some pressure on the guys.
It almost looked like he was gonna fall
my
for-
back would have gone out if I gone deeper. I was deep enough. All right.
Obviously, as noted during the commentary, the pre-tapes department was void. for a
Yes.
while.
And there were a couple little inside things by Michael Cole
Yes.
Yes.
there that we were giggling at.
Yes,
so.
some relationship talk.
Ricardo
Yes.
Ricardo with the 12.5-second Del Rio intro today also.
Is that inaccurate?
Yeah.
You corrected your time last week.
Well, I was off by a half second.
Oh, okay. I remember. I just saw you tweeted that. Oh, my mistake. It was actually longer.
Ricardo out twice
Thanks for
tonight.
following me on Twitter.
You got it, man. Raven 1220.
You're like my Harvey Whippleman to my Brooklyn Brawler.
And Ricardo had to leave
Your
catering
drill must be
twice
slow.
tonight, right?
I'm sorry, what?
Ricardo had to leave catering twice tonight.
Yes,
Yes.
unbelievable. He
Really?
left catering twice. I can't believe that.
Somebody who wasn't getting the snack cakes.
I can't believe in one match, the pre-tapes area and the catering was empty.
Empty. Main event of the evening. A surprising last match. I think a lot of us surprised that you got Cena and Ziggler in the Money in the Bank match to close out the pay-per-view when we had the main Shield angle and then a championship match as well. But once this match started, I think it deserved its spot at the end of the card.
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome. Both guys were hustling. Ziggler, as always, bumping like a machine, selling like $1 million, making his opponent look like $1 million.
Someone who was watching with us was wondering if the tables were, legit
Rigged.
or anything, and
No way.
by that cut on Dolph's leg that happened at the beginning of the
Sliced
match,
him.
did the whole match with that.
Took a huge bump off the ladder, through the table, sliced him up. Actually, it was
Probably be taped up
sleeper
tomorrow.
hold put on Cena.
Oh,
Cena climbs up the ladder. They both went off through the table.
Yeah, Cena
gasses
passes
the
out
leg.
and they fall through the table. Yeah, that was awesome.
Military press by Cena with Ziggler on the ladder. Actually lifting him up and getting it up. Didn't get the full extension.
Now,
but
he tried to get the AA, but
was pretty impressive.
Ziggler slipped off the ladder.
Yeah, but impressive move. We talked Cena. There was an interview with Ryback that hit this last week about Ryback talking about wanting to be the biggest, the baddest star, to outdo everything that John Cena's ever done. We saw Cena with a little more fire in his eyes in this match. Could it be that he's a little threatened that he may be losing a spot?
Maybe.
No. No.
He's comfortable.
The Cena thing he's losing the spot? No. No.
Not until those
No.
t-shirt sales
No.
stop
No.
going down.
So the typical 5 moves of doom, and yet we got a new move from Cena today.
So there's 6.
We got a Franken-Cena.
Yeah, not the greatest Frankensteiner I've ever seen, but or
Franken-Cena.
Franken-Cena, but it was new.
Scott Steiner just stepping
I was
through
gonna
the
say,
glass of the crowd.
Next thing you know, Cena's going to hit a new clothesline. It's going to be Cena Line!
Can we pull up Steiner's Twitter page right now?
Cena gonna start
Scott
coming out
Steiner's
wearing the headgear.
Who the hell does he think?
Man, exciting match. Once again, lots of falses. Dolph actually tapping out. Obviously, tap out's not counting in this match. But Cena locked in the STFU.
Honestly, Dolph, like we were saying before, job of a wrestler is to make the guy across from you look good, and I've never watched Dolph make somebody look bad.
There's a whole music or a play that was built on the whole concept of that. The elaborate entrance of Chad Deity, a Broadway play. And the whole concept is the one guy is like he's the low guy on the card. He's not a superstar. He doesn't get the fame and the stardom that the other guys get, but he's the guy who makes everyone else look good, so he doesn't get the opportunity to be the top guy himself because he makes the other guys into top guys.
I mean, the concept of this match is was really weird. It's like I have everything to lose, you have nothing to lose.
Nothing.
And I think a lot of the fans kind of looked at that and was like, that's kind of messed up. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of screwy. But then it's like once the match starts, you forget about the concept. You're just glad you're watching good wrestling. And honestly, it was a real good It was a good wrestling match, and it was a good, it was an entertaining match.
And then we got the scandal angle, evolving through this match as Vicky Guerrero came out first.
Yeah.
Tried to interfere with the chair.
Then AJ ran out and did the 5 moves of.
She did the 5
She
moves
got
of
her
doom.
with a belly to back, which is the worst
first,
belly to back
first,
suplex
first she hit
ever.
the flying shoulder
She hit
tackle.
the shoulder
Yeah.
tackle.
And then she went for the side suplex.
But
Yes.
Vicky got her feet about an inch
Off
off
the
the
ground.
ground. Yeah.
No
She's
bumping
not a
for
worker,
Vicky.
though. Come on, I can't.
No,
hate-
I know. I can't hate
can't
on
hate-
her.
I can't hate
but
on
it
her,
was
man.
still funny.
And then
Yeah.
and then a little you can't see me into the 5-knuckle shuffle.
Yep.
And then I don't even remember how.
Well, then
She hit that, and then Cena came in, right?
Cena came in and started climbing the ladder.
Started
And she
climbing the
starts skipping
ladder.
around.
She's skipping around.
She skipped,
Skips around, then she stops, and
and she
she
pushes the ladder.
Oh, spoiler alert. Everybody gets on the way.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Well, we're at that point of the show now.
She
so.
pushes the ladder and sends Cena into the ropes.
It can't happen.
Can you believe it? A heel turn by AJ
a heel turn
Lee. by
by AJ.
I believe you called that.
I
didn't
did
you?
many weeks ago, Styles Monroe Show, episode 3. I said, AJ's gonna make the turn,
And I think you
align
said it
herself
on
with
AfterBuzz
Ziggler.
as well. I think we
I
talked
may
about
have.
it.
I said aligned with Ziggler, and that's what we were gonna see, and we did see. Well, we don't see them. They're aligned.
We don't know because
but
he
she did
looked shocked.
turn on Cena.
Because he was a little shocked. It's not like he was part of it. He didn't look like, yeah, we're together.
But despite the shock, he climbed to the top, was able to, have you ever found when you're going to win the match, it's really easy to unhinge that briefcase. But when there's a moment when there's just, when someone's still half up, man, I just can't seem to get that hook unclasped.
For some reason, when the guy is way down there and it's the middle of the match, I got to take one step at a time.
Yeah.
Like my leg is broke.
And I gotta think, he's standing up there. You got to celebrate on that ladder like 20 feet up after wrestling 30 minutes. Like, please don't fall. Please don't fall.
Please don't fall. I'm so tired.
I just want to climb. How can I get down now?
Dolph retains his Money in the Bank
So
briefcase.
what makes you think made AJ snap? Did she pretty much see the TMZ pictures that were posted with John Cena and another female?
Yeah, it could be. Those pictures from the high school reunion.
Yes. TMZ, they ruin a lot of things. I remember someone sitting on here was arrested in Columbus, Ohio, and it made TMZ.
No. Didn't ruin anything. Thank you, TMZ. You helped me out because I was locked up in that jail, okay? And I was big and I was scary, but those cops took care of me because they were like, oh, he's on TMZ. We're not going to get that. I was like, thank you. So I got out faster than any other inmate ever in a Columbus, Ohio jail, thanks to TMZ. Krispy Kreme. I get it for you guys. I will take you to Krispy Kreme donuts.
I want to get Ryan Satin a mustache mood ring and GQ Money t-shirt for TMZ. Hey, try to maneuver that.
Anything's possible.
But it could be with AJ that all these guys she gets into end up turning on her. So maybe she turned on Cena before he could throw her away.
Well, he was already pushing her away.
Because he was. So maybe that's why she
turned. He was giving her the cold shoulder, saying, "Hey, you get off my back."
She say, "I'm not going to be a victim anymore. I'm not going to let you throw me around like everyone else has. So I'm going to take control."
They can't be all lovey-dovey in public.
I'm not going to be Mickey James.
Oh yeah, we got a tomorrow. Mickey James story.
Oh, okay.
Oh, interesting.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
Our own Fred Norris over there. Quick to the button.
Well, I mean,
this guy with the buttons over here. This guy.
WWE copyright came out, and that's the end of it. Overall, incredibly successful pay-per-view tonight. I don't know if it was the pay-per-view of the year like I was hoping it would be, but it was solid top to bottom. There wasn't one moment that was bad.
So every match was solid with a great main event. So I mean, that's
and even I would even say the Divas match was great because it showcased someone new for all.
Beyond great, I loved it.
There wasn't a bad match on the show.
And then still just the character that they're playing with Eve. So Eve got the win. I wasn't as happy, but she's still playing the paparazzi gimmicks, the embarrassing pictures. They're building some good stuff. I mean, it is nice to see WWE being on a roll.
We got to realize it's the end of the year, which means one thing.
Heading to the road to WrestleMania, baby.
Yeah, right in the Royal Rumble.
It's WrestleMania.
Please don't take us back to 1993.
I mean, there's not much more to say, man, but this is our first pay-per-view after show. I think hopefully we'll be doing more of these.
Hopefully they'll let us come back and do them again.
I think it'll be
nice to be able to watch the pay-per-views.
But don't forget to on a huge screen.
That was nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Projection. Thank you, Kevin
maybe we'll have to get some photos next time and show show our little pay-per-view party.
We'll shoot those photos. We'll put them up on the Buzzin' After Raw Facebook page, facebook.com/BuzzinAfterRaw.
Right, we have a Facebook page.
We had in-studio pics from Raven from our last episode that are up there. Nice picture of Jenny Alford on the couch with Raven. You guys got a nice little smile. Look at there's that smile. That's the smile that's in that pic.
No comment at all.
Personal plugs, man, as we close the show.
We got to... Oh, no. Out of all the commercials tonight, no Fandango commercial.
Well,
speaking of Jenny,
Fandango hasn't been seen in weeks and weeks.
Will she be here tomorrow?
I think Jenny will.
Okay, we're going to figure out Fandango just for her.
All right.
May have to call him or something.
You can follow me on Twitter at Cluminator, and I will be at Millennium Pro Wrestling January 5th. I believe it is Saturday, January 5th.
I think you'll also be at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood on January 16th.
Oh, is that when the date is?
I just saw the date announced today.
I thought it was January 13th.
Possibly,
it is the 13th, probably.
January
whatever
13th.
That Sunday is.
Well, as many people that show up on the 13th will be there the 16th.
Raven, plug it.
Raven 1220, and that's about it for plugs tonight because I did all my name dropping earlier. Kevin Kleinrock, Shane Michaels, anyone else I could think of.
The Beast, hit it up.
You can follow me on Twitter at Shad Beast.
When are we going to see you in the movies?
I can't talk about that right now because I've signed contracts that say so.
Oh yeah,
That's
you
good.
those contracts
Signed
are crazy.
contracts,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah,
Signed on the
$1 million
dotted line.
if you talk.
yeah.
I've signed ones in production that said
He's
I
got
could go
his
to jail.
He has
if
his
I do
YouTube
stuff.
show though.
Oh yeah, I do. I have my
Look at
YouTube
that. I
show,
gotta
Beast
remind
Mode. I forgot.
Come on.
No, I have my.
I'm talking about the Willie Mack cooking show.
Yeah, Willie Mack cooking show. No, I have my my new YouTube show.
Training show?
No. It's a documentary. Follow me around. About this journey I'm going on through Hollywood, treasures from wrestling. So it's actually doing pretty well right now. So, I thought
Check it out.
I
Give
thought
him
5
some
people
views.
watched. So far, I got about 5,000. So
Give him some views.
Yeah.
You can check out my stuff at www.iamsmiley.com, on facebook.com iamsmiley, and Twitter at iamsmiley. Our Facebook page is facebook.com/BuzzingAfterRaw. And for AfterBuzz TV and the Buzzin' After Raw crew, tune in tomorrow night. But this has been a fantastic night. TLC pay-per-view, first after show of pay-per-views. We're out of here. Bye-bye, Birdie.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.